Welcome to Instantly Yummy. My name is Amy Lee Schroeder and I'm here to show you how to make classic deviled eggs. The first thing you have to do is make hard-boiled eggs, and we're going to do that using the Instant Pot with the 5-5-5 method, which means 5 minutes on high pressure, 5 minutes natural release, and 5 minutes in an ice bath. Now all you're going to do is use what you see here, your Instant Pot, 1 cup of water since we're using the 6-quart Instant Pot today. We have our metal trivet, and then we're going to have a 1/4 cup of mayonnaise, 1 teaspoon of mustard, 1 teaspoon of vinegar, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and then we'll have black pepper and paprika for flavoring and taste. And of course, the star of the show, a dozen eggs. Let's get started. Okay, let's start off by taking the lid off and inserting it into the slot in the handle. So now we want to go ahead and insert the trivet inside the Instant Pot with the handles up. So that makes it easy for you to be able to lift it out later when they're done. Now you're going to go ahead and pour in the 1 cup of water into your Instant Pot since we're using the 6-quart model. If we were using the 8-quart model, you would have to have at least 2 cups of liquid. Now you have your dozen eggs that you will carefully place inside your Instant Pot. Don't worry, you can go ahead and place them in multiple stacks and layers. That's the great thing about the Instant Pot, is that you want to be able to fit them all in. A lot of people do more than a dozen, but today we're just going to do a dozen. And look, voila, we're done. The next step is to place your lid on your Instant Pot. Just make sure you line it up in the back. You might have to wiggle a little bit and turn it to close it. Next thing you want to do is make sure that your valve is in the sealing position. It'll wobble back and forth, but you want to make sure it's pointed towards sealing, which is at the top part of it, and there's venting at the bottom. So let's turn on the Instant Pot. If you haven't already, hit the pressure cook button or the manual button, depending upon what you have. You can hit the pressure level to toggle between low pressure and high pressure. Make sure you're on the high pressure, and hit the plus or minus button to get to 5 minutes. Now we get to wait for it to come to pressure. The Instant Pot has finished its pressure cook cycle and gone into keep warm mode. Now we're going to do 5 minutes natural release, which means we're going to wait for the pressure to come down naturally, and then we will perform a quick release and then move the eggs into an ice bath. So now the eggs have been in natural release for at least 5 minutes, and the next step is to use a long-handled spoon to do a quick release and release the rest of the steam out of the Instant Pot. So using your spoon, move the valve to venting and wait for the silver pin to drop. Once the silver pin has dropped, then you know it's ready to open the Instant Pot. So now all the pressure has been released from the Instant Pot. Next step is to open it. I like to use a pair of tongs and place the eggs directly into an ice bath so that it can cool down. We've taken all of the hard-boiled eggs out of the Instant Pot and into an ice bath for 5 minutes. Set a timer for 5 minutes and then we'll come back and we're going to peel them. So you take your egg, you see there's a pointy part of your egg and more of a round part of your egg. You want to take the round part because it has a little pocket of air, and you take that and smash it on your plate first or any hard surface, and you kind of roll it around, and the shell should just come off very easily. You see that? Perfectly done. And the best part is that no pit marks, perfectly smooth, perfectly cooked egg. You have now successfully made your first hard-boiled eggs using the 5-5-5 method in the Instant Pot. Just take a knife, cut it in half, and look how beautiful those look. Perfectly cooked hard-boiled eggs, nice and yellow, no gray mark, perfectly done. All right, so go ahead and take your eggs and start getting the yolks out. Very easy to do. As you can see, I barely have to use any pressure, and the eggs just come out very easily. Now you want to take a fork and start mashing the yolks up. Should mash up very easily. You can now start adding the rest of the ingredients. Here's my mayonnaise. Put that in there. My vinegar. My salt. and my mustard. Put that all together into the bowl and mix well. So I continue to mix this, as you can see, kind of mashing it, smashing it at the same time as I mix to get it nice and smooth. It's really up to you how you like your texture in your deviled eggs. Some people like it super smooth. Some people like to have the texture of little bits of the yolk. So it's really up to you. So mix it up to how you would like it. If you need to add a little bit more mayonnaise to make it a little creamier, feel free to do so. Add a little bit more. And because I like mine to be nice and smooth. And then once you are done with that, you can start putting the filling back into the eggs. You've gotten the filling to the consistency that you would like. Now you're going to take about a teaspoonful of the filling and put it back into the egg. It's a little bit of a messy process, so don't worry, don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. And there we go. And continue with the rest of the eggs. You have successfully made classic deviled eggs using the 5-5-5 method and your Instant Pot. I can't wait to taste it. These are one of my favorite things to eat. It's really, really good. Nice and creamy, perfectly cooked. The egg whites are nice and soft, not chewy. I can't wait to share this with my husband. This is one of his favorite things to eat. Check out my other videos. Thanks!